Alright, so this is a lesson on shot construction. There's an associated worksheet that goes along with this, which you guys will complete after watching through this video. We're going to talk about a couple of different types of shots. We're going to talk about long shots, like that shot you just saw. Mid shots, which are a really common shot. And close-ups, which you'll see quite a lot of. There's also extreme long shots and extreme close-ups, which you'll see as well. Alright, so we're going to have a look through a famous scene from The Dark Knight and have a look at some of the ways that Christopher Nolan's used different angles and shot types to give information about the characters really subtly. So first opens, we see Batman on a really low angle shot showing us that Batman's in power. We normally see low angle shots to show that someone's in a position of power. The other thing that you might notice is how the two different characters are being shot. The Joker and Batman are being shot really, really differently. And it tells us a lot about their different characters. The Joker is cut off on the top of the frame, which is very different to Batman, who fills the frame perfectly. We know who Batman is. The Joker, there's a lot that's missing. He's outside of the frame, he can't be pinned down. We don't know what he might do next. Batman, we know where he stands on everything. Batman is the moral compass of the film. We know where he's going, what he's doing. As we watch through this scene, we'll see the angles subtly change. We'll see Batman, who was originally shot from a low angle, showing him the person in control of what's going on, the person in the position of power, and the Joker in the position of weakness, shot from a high angle. We'll see it subtly change over the course of the scene. The point we're at now, it's kind of moved from high angle and low angle to eye level. The characters are almost even at this point. We're not sure who's on top. So we've got really subtle high and low angles, but deviating back to eye level shots.
You're not. Even if you'd like to be. To them, you're just a freak. Like me. They need you right now. But when they don't, they'll cast you out. Like a leper. You see, their morals, their code. It's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you. When the chips are down.
And we're coming up to a change in the scene where we see Joker actually reveal a bit more about who he is.
See, I'm not a monster.
We see a lot of him in the frame now. He is easy to actually pin down. We know what he stands for and what he's doing. We know how he fits. This is where we see the angle start to change. A Batman at an extreme low, the Joker on a high angle. But Nolan does something really subtle here. As Batman lifts the Joker up to the wall, we see we're now looking up at the Joker with a low angle on the Joker, and we're looking down on Batman at a high angle on Batman. This is telling us at this point in the scene that the Joker is actually in control of what's going on. If you've seen this film, you know at this point the Joker is about to reveal his plan, that he's been arrested on purpose. This scene is all about using your shots really subtly and using your angles really subtly to reveal aspects of the plot without having to have dialogue reveal them. It's really clever, but it's not something that's restricted to feature film directors. Beginning filmmakers like us can do it too. Now we're going to have a look at some other ways you can reveal things using specific shot types. This is an ad for the Barossa Valley. You'll notice something very specific about the types of shots they use. They're using almost entirely long shots and extreme close-ups and close-ups. This creates this atmosphere of intrigue and beguilement that you don't really know what's happening. It makes the whole sequence really, really seductive, but you never really get a clear idea of what's going on. Similar to what we talked about with the Joker, but this is much more intriguing, something that draws you in, that you want to know more, and you don't. The other thing you'll notice about this is the rule of thirds grid lines across the screen. You'll see that a lot of the shots are composed along these lines to make them look aesthetically really pleasing. You'll notice the use of this rule of thirds sometimes places things in the center, sometimes it's used to misweight the frame, sometimes it's to draw your attention to particular aspects in one corner or right in the center. The rule of thirds can be really effective when composing your frame, making sure that you're getting the most out of the space that you have. Now you're going to start working on your shot construction worksheet. This entire task is about learning how to compose frames subtly, get messages across without having to hit people over the head with it. The first task asks you to imagine how you might present someone being sad and lonely. You need to try and think of subtle ways to do that, ways that aren't as crass as having an extreme close-up where a tear runs down someone's cheek. You need to think about how you might weight the frame, where you might put the person in the frame, how you can effectively show someone being away from others while they're still near. It's using the rule of thirds, it's using placement in the frame, it's picking the right shot type. For each section of this, you compose the frame once by yourself as a draft. Then you compare with someone else to see what they've done, what you've done, the strengths and weaknesses of each. And then you compose the second and final frame, taking all those things into account. Your second frame should be almost a good copy, the better version, taking into account everything that you've learnt from looking at yours and a partner's work. Good luck.